Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your full moon Taroscope part 2. So this is for Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you are any other sign, go back to part 1. I have the link for part 1 in the live chat, in the comments, and in the description. So let's start off with Scorpio. And this is dealing with your 7th house of relationships, of reflection and shadow side, and how you relate to others and partnership. So we will start off with the Connolly Tarot deck. Seven of Cups, the World, Six of Swords in reverse, Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So now we're going to go to the Rider Tarot deck. Five of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Eight of Cups. So now we're going to move on to the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle. Taurus in reverse. Cancer in reverse. Fire. Leo and Jupiter. So now on to the playing cards. Joker. King of Hearts. So right now we are on Scorpio, so Pisces will come along later on in this video. King of Diamonds. And the Three of Clubs. So starting off Scorpio, we are at a crossroads. This is about making a decision about where your life is headed, what is your divine connection. And when we look at 2020, it is a year 22, which comes down to 4, dealing with the home, dealing with what is secure, dealing with your surroundings and what you are divinely connected to. And so with this Seven of Cups, this is a choice about where you are headed in your life and what is the most divine connection to you. Who are you connected to, and what are you connected to in your life, and does it serve you, and does it resonate with you for your highest, greatest good? And that takes us to the world, where once you are vibing on your path with your soul connections, in your soul group, in your life, with what is destined and fated for you to live in your highest, greatest good, this opens up the world to you, where you have many infinite possibilities of what you can do and experience and learn, and how you can grow and develop and evolve in your life. Which takes us to the Six of Swords in reverse. And so this is showing a misconnection with this true divine calling. And again, with this Seven of Cups, this is about a decision that needs to be made. We're at a crossroads, trying to decide what is the true connection in your life, what serves you, what nurtures you, what fulfills you. It's Cups energy, dealing with the feeling and the connection to what is divine and what is emotionally and authentically connected to your highest, greatest good. And there's something about the Six of Swords that is always a bridge, a connection of this peace, this harmony. We're dealing with six, this beautiful harmony of what you are truly connected to in your life. And with the Eight of Pentacles, there is this transformation of building that beautiful life and building, again, what is truly connected to who you are. And so what is 2020 going to look like? And this is transformation season. And there's something about this card that is manifestation through this transformation in this inner world of self that is so divinely connected to this full moon. That is a beautifully positive full moon that is bringing in these energies that are manifesting as the things that you love and value and are truly connected to. But there's something about it that you will not truly step into what fulfills you and what the universe has for you unless this transformation and this stepping into your divine calling really takes place in your life. And again, this is about a decision with the Hangman in reverse. The Hangman, there's something about committing and going all the way and attaching yourself to this commitment of, are you going to go for this or not? And with the Hangman, there's something about always being a no or a yes of, are you going to commit? And there's no halfway, it's all the way. So are you willing to tie yourself to your life purpose and commit to this path moving forward? And this is where there is a blockage of needing to make a decision and commit to it to move forward in your life. And with the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups always has this feeling of home, as it is something about sharing and connecting and nurturing and fulfilling, and this connection to home, and home as in what is in the heart of this peace, this harmony, and being in this peace and harmony in your life. And so this is calling for a change, a transformation. This is calling for you to step into your path and to remove these things that are not connected to your home space and your heart of what your true divine calling is and where you are headed in your life. This is about home moving into 2020. What is this home base for you of this true divine connection going to look like? And there's something about needing to find this solid ground and this security and this balance of what really serves you and what doesn't. And with this balance, there is this give and take of what really serves you. And so are you going to exchange in this energy that is not of your highest, greatest good? Because there's something about, with Scorpio, this attachment, this intimacy, this connection that is wanting to fulfill this space. But are you fulfilling it within yourself to create this balance of this mirror? There's something about a mirror, of this reflection of how this love inside of yourself gets reflected back. And that is how you bring this love and this true divine connection into your life. Through this mirror that starts deep within yourself. And again, with the Queen of Pentacles, there's something about this nurturing and this abundance and this fulfillment of bringing in this true divine connection and this true soul family and this true path that is actually fulfilling and nurturing you completely, but not these short hits of pleasure or these connections that are not in alignment with who you are. And so this is about stepping in to your truth and living in your truth. And so this is a time to decide what is going to nurture you, what is going to fulfill you, and to connect to that and to remove anything that does not align with who you truly are. And with the Five of Wands in reverse, there is something about this internal conflict, this internal battle or struggle, this discussion happening, this decision making happening internally in this internal space of, am I going to commit or am I not? And there's something about Mars being in Libra in detriment, where Mars is the passion, the drive, and Libra is the peace and harmony. And so there is this struggle of Mars trying to push forward, but it has to weigh the options and decide what is fair and what is just. And this is why Mars is in detriment in Libra. And so there's something about not getting too focused on trying to weigh out all of these decisions and trying to go back and forth and see what is, versus just knowing with your intuition what is the true path and the true calling? And what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to put your passion and drive and focus in and move forward in your life? And with the Six of Wands in reverse, there's something about, again, not moving forward, not stepping in to this divine calling and this need for action, but also this need for celebration of this victory, this completion, this fulfillment in your life that is beautiful, that is cutting ties and severs with what no longer serves you. And so there is this emptiness and this detachment and almost this feeling of losing something. But there's something about this that is actually a victory, a win for you as you are stepping into what truly aligns with who you are. And again, this is where a decision needs to take place. We need to start moving forward and onto our divine path. There's something about the Chariot card that's connected to the sign of Cancer, which is where our destiny is, the North Node, our destiny point of where we are headed, about this initiating of feeling, of this initiating of nurturing and this connection to this divine spiritual calling and what really nurtures and fulfills you. Cancer is the mother of what is nurturing, but what is truly nurturing you in your life. And with the Eight of Cups, there is this internal quest of needing to connect again to this divine connection, and a lot of you needing to go in and do this internal work. And there's something very spiritual and divine and truly deep and authentic about this Eight of Cups. 8 is connected to the sign of Scorpio about this transformation. And so are you willing to go into the depths and to actually go through this powerful transformation that will truly move you into your divine path and calling? And with the Joker, there's something again about not overthinking things, but just going for it and just being who you are. And just this enjoyment and this celebration and this fulfillment of life. And these infinite possibilities of what is for you as you step into your truth, as you trust in your intuition and just dive into what is your divine calling. And with the King of Diamonds and the King of Hearts, there's something about this, again, this nurturing and this fulfillment. And it is about stepping into your power, the King energy of this dignity, this authority, this power. But there's something about the Diamonds and the Hearts that is dealing with this fulfillment, this manifestation, this nurturance of what really nurtures you and what really fulfills you. And with the Three of Clubs, again, connecting to what your passion and your true calling is and who you are, and being open to experiencing the possibilities that are connected to who you truly are. And with Taurus in reverse, again, there's something about blocking this beautiful abundance and manifestation by holding back on what you know intuitively is of the utmost divine connection for you. And also going along with that of what nurtures you, what is fulfilling, what is your true spiritual divine calling. Again, this destiny point in Cancer. And there's something about this also that is about being open and vulnerable and allowing and accepting and moving with the flow of where spirit is guiding you in your life. But with fire, it is this passion and this drive and this activation. There's something about this energy that's activating you when you step into what fulfills you and what nurtures you. This activates you. This activates this passion, this drive, this focus in you that pushes you into your destined life. And with Leo here, it is something again about stepping into your power and your truth and who you are. And with Leo, this expression of this heart space energy, of this love, this joy, this pride, this confidence, this overall knowing of who you are. And it brings in this beautiful abundance into your life. These magical opportunities are pouring in for you with this Jupiter energy of abundance and growth. And there's something about Jupiter that it isn't always positive, but it is always positive because of these challenges and these lessons that seem negative that actually push you to grow and expand in your life. So now I will move on to Sagittarius. King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit. So now we're going to pull from the Rider Tarot deck. Page of Swords. Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Nine of Wands in reverse. The Star. And the Empress. Venus. Neptune. Jupiter. And Aries. The Five of Spades, Nine of Clubs, Nine of Diamonds, Queen of Clubs, and the Four of Clubs. So with the King of Cups, there is something about stepping into your true power, but stepping into your power in this openness to spirit, in this vulnerability to this acceptance of who you are and what your true divine calling is. And there's something very powerful about allowing these feelings to flow through you. And there's something about not reacting emotionally. But responding and allowing these emotions to pass through you. And as that happens, it gives you the ability to move forward in your life into your power, into your dignity of who you are and what your true divine calling is. And there's something about this new beginning in your life opening up to you that it is a huge new beginning that is breaking down the things that no longer serve you in the process of beginning this new beginning in your life. And so are you willing to accept that? Because there's something about this energy that is also a loss of losing these things that no longer serve you. And there's something about this attachment or this connection that a lot of people are not willing to let go of, to allow themselves to move forward and to flow into what truly serves them on their path. So again, with the King of Cups, you have to be open, you have to be willing to allow, and you have to be willing to allow this new beginning to take place in your life. And this is the resistance of that with the Ace of Cups in reverse, of not accepting that offering, not accepting what Spirit has for you in your life. And so there's something about this where you need to be more open, more accepting, even if it means losing. And it's something about this that isn't really losing, because you're losing these things that actually don't serve you, and these detours are being made for you to move into something better. Which takes us to the Hermit, which it is this individual journey. It is about going inward into the self and really looking at these parts of yourselves. Again, there's something about this allowing for the emotion to flow through you versus reacting. And there's something about not judging the messages and what Spirit has for you, and just allowing it to flow and move through you. And so this is a individual journey that needs to be had in this transformation journey. And there's something about this full moon that is a gateway. This is 11/11, and we're in this gateway energy of this beautiful manifestation and where we are headed in our lives. In Page of Swords, it is so much about the truth and so much about this connection. And there's something about your perspective and what you are open to, and open to believing and accepting from Spirit, and this divine communication, this divine connection of these messages, of these synchronicities, of these messages that are guiding you, through this gateway, through this doorway in your life. And it feels like you are juggling, like you are going back and forth, but there's something about having that balance and having that ability to discern and intuitively know and trust in the plan of where you are headed. Again, it's about allowing and accepting these messages and this guidance that is coming through for you. You know, intuitively, you already know. And with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is where you're blocking your destiny, you're blocking your fate of this beautiful life and where you are headed by, again, not being accepting or not trusting or not allowing yourself to move in the direction of where Spirit has for you. And again, it's something about a loss or a fear of losing something that you are connected to, but it is a detour moving you into something better. And again, we see this attachment to hold on to the old and to not move forward. There's something about the 9 of Wands that is a gateway, and 9 being a number of ending, of completion, and there's something about holding on to these old situations in your life. And at this point in Scorpio season, where a decision has to be made, moving us towards Capricorn season and moving us towards 2020 of this home base, there's something about, if you are repeating old past karmic cycles, then you are going backwards and you are not going into your best life. And so there's something about needing to allow and accept and release and let go of these old situations in your life. Which is bringing you to a beautiful, balanced, destined, fated space in your life where you get to be who you truly are. And it is also something that is secure, that is beautiful, that is aligned with who you are. And it may not feel as though it is secure at the moment, because it is something about letting go of something that you are connected to, but that is comfort. And there's something about comfort that is blocking you from moving forward in your life and moving into the best possible version of who you are. And with the 5 of Spades, again, there is this change in perspective that needs to take place. There's something about the 5 that is about change and about doorways opening for you. And so there is this sort of change of perspective that needs to take place to open up to your better life. And we talked a lot about needing to let go and about this 9 energy of ending and completion. And we see the 9 come up again with the 9 of clubs and the 9 of diamonds. And so there's something about, again, needing to end something old that no longer serves you in your life. And so are you repeating these old karmic cycles? Are you going back? And so this is where you need to let go of what no longer serves you and step into your better life. Step into where Spirit is detouring you to something that is truly better and truly aligned with who you are. But it takes us to the Queen of Clubs, where there's something about nurturing yourself with the passion and the drive and the action, something about taking action and stepping in to this, even though it means losing something, but you're not really losing because you are losing a part of yourself that no longer serves you. And we talked about this destined North Node and Cancer, about the home and about what is secure and about what is surrounding you in these connections. And so what are you connecting? And there's something about this that is, again, needing to take action and step into what is truly of the utmost divine connection to who you are. And with Venus, there is something to say about what do you value? What serves you? There's something about Venus that is love, that is attraction, that is a mirror that reflects back to you what is going on internally. And so are you doing what is aligned with truly loving yourself? Are you doing what you truly value? Are you doing what truly serves you in your life? Because with this, there is this need for connection to what is truly divine and secure and has the most value in your life. And there's something about these next two cards that is spiritual, that is magical, that is this abundance and this fulfillment of this better life. With Neptune, there's something about stepping into a higher frequency, and it's something about this spiritual connection, and it is far away. It is this magical, divine, spiritual connection. But as you do that, there's also something about trust and about knowing who you are, because without knowing who you are and believing in what truly serves you and being willing to step in that, there's something about not being grounded as you move into Neptune and Jupiter, of this faithfulness and this optimism, of this over optimism of connecting to things that don't really serve you through these illusions of what you believe it to be. And so there's something about not getting lost in what feels comfortable and what seems like it actually serves you, but it doesn't. But instead stepping into this magical, spiritual, divine space of what truly brings you the abundance and the joy and the better life that is waiting for you. And that takes us to Aries, which is again about stepping into your true self. And there's something about that that is, when you are on your divine path, doing what serves you and trusting in the path that is for you, that is when you are aligned with who you truly are and doing what serves you. And there's something about doing what serves you that actually sets up a mirror reflection for all these things that serve you to come into your life. There's something about this starting internally and needing to do this work internally to see this beautiful outcome and result that is waiting for you. So that was for Sagittarius. We will now go to Capricorn. The Two of Wands, the Fool, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Cups. So now we will go to the Rider Tarot deck. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Death. The King of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. The Star. And the Six of Cups. Taurus, Sagittarius in reverse, Venus in reverse, and Mars. So we will go to the playing cards. King of Spades, 5 of Hearts, 8 of Hearts, and the 3 of Spades. And so starting off, we do have this call to step into this better life, and this call to look forward and to have this vision of where you are headed. And there's something about the number 2 that is this separation or severing. And so there's something about removing what no longer serves you and deciding where you are going and what your life is going to look like. And there's something about the Fool with not knowing what everything is going to look like or how everything is going to go. There's something about this infinite possibilities and just jumping into what you know intuitively serves you. Just taking the leap and having fun with it and just going for it. And there's also something about this confusion of, again, what you're trying to make this look like, or what do you think it'll look like, or how it is going to look. But there's something about this where when you trust in your intuition, you step into what is spiritually and authentically divine, and what is your true calling on your path. And so there's something about this spiritual growth that does fulfill you and empower you on your path. But it comes from the ability to trust in your intuition to navigate you through this. And with this vision and this plan, It's something about accepting that not everything will turn out the way that you want it to, or that not everything is something that you can know or see ahead of time, but that it is something magical and beautiful that you are headed towards. And with the Nine of Swords in reverse, there's something about not wanting to end these old thought patterns and these old belief systems, and something about this anxiety or worry or stress about overthinking and going in your head over what you want this to look like or what it is going to look like. But there's something for you, Capricorn, where if you allow these old thoughts, these old belief systems to die off, you are given the spiritual divine guidance. And again, this goes back to following your intuition about where you are headed and where you are going, and trusting in that. And we see that of this ending of old things that no longer serve you. Once again, these old thoughts, these old belief systems, with the Death card of this transformation that you need to go through, that is activating who you truly are and what your divine path is going to look like. And then we see the King of Cups in reverse. And so this is something about not wanting to go through this transformation to truly empower yourself into this beautiful fulfillment and completion of what this is going to look like. And there's something about wanting to see what it's going to look like or know what it's going to look like. But you do know intuitively, you just don't know all of the information. And so there's something about just intuitively trusting in the plan of where this is headed and really listening to your intuition. And with the Ace of Swords in reverse, again, there's something about denying what is truly divine and what is truly here for you. And there's something about this Ace of Swords that is this ultimate truth that comes in and slices through the things that are not truly authentic to who you are. And so there's something about denying this truth or not accepting it because you don't know what this is going to look like or how it's going to be. But there's something about following your intuition and your guidance on your path. And this lack of action, this lack of moving into this divine space, no matter what this looks like for you, moving into this divine space, intuitively you know there's something about this Knight of Wands where it just knows and just goes in. And there's something about this that is manifestation of, are you willing to just trust in the universe and to allow the plan to manifest before you? But there's something about this that is not just stepping back, but also taking action and where you know that you need to take action in your life. And that takes us to the Ace of Pentacles, which is this gateway to this new beginning of what your beautiful manifestation, what your beautiful life is going to look like. And this is offering you this beautiful life. So are you going to go in that direction, or are you going to go back, is the question of this divine offering of a better life. And there's something about allowing yourself to take on this new and better life that really activates who you truly are, so that you can be who you truly are and live in this balanced, beautiful, magical life that is truly aligned with who you are. And there's something about this that is also sharing your gifts and sharing your experiences. There's something about teaching your wisdom and your experiences to others to help guide them on their paths. And this takes us to the Six of Cups, which is about this home space that you're moving towards in 2020, and about deciding what this is going to look like for you. What are you going to connect to? What is truly for your highest, greatest good, and are you willing to accept that? And there's something about this space that is home, that is about connection, that is about your surroundings, and about who is of your soul tribe, and who you can really connect to on a soul level, and about this giving and receiving of this peace and harmony in your life. And again, there's something about standing in your truth and your dignity of who you are. And there's something about this that is leadership, about connecting and expressing and communicating your wisdom and your experience so that other people can help themselves on their paths as well. And so this is about you living in your truth and your authenticity, and there is a freedom about this living in your truth. And something about, again, communicating and expressing from the heart space of what is truly authentic and what truly has this beautiful divine connection to who you are. And this brings in something about relationships and how you relate to others as being authentic and in your full alignment and dignity of who you are. But again, this is about this transformation and this willingness to accept what Spirit has for you on your path. To intuitively allow yourself to go for what is of the most divine connection for you, even though you may not know exactly what that looks like. And the Three of Spades, opening yourself up to these opportunities, opening yourself up to this Ace of Swords that is your divine truth and what is truly aligned with who you are, and this divine offering that is waiting for you. And there is something about changing your perspective and removing these old thoughts and belief systems in order to open yourself up to Spirit. And Taurus is the manifester, and there's something about allowing yourself to step into what is secure, into what is love, into what is value, into what is your truth, and what Spirit has for you. But with Sagittarius in reverse, there is this lack of faith, or this lack of accepting this opportunity, this experience that Spirit has for you. And so again, there's something about changing your mindset and removing these old belief systems and opening yourself up to what Spirit has for you and what is possible in your life. And what is beautiful, what is of value to you, what really serves you. Because there's a block here that is something about staying in what is old and what no longer serves you. And so with Mars here, this is the warrior, this is the passion, the drive, and there's something about you needing to take action and needing to push yourself to go for this, even though you may not know what it looks like, because there is an instinct and an intuition to this action that you will take in your life to lead you to this beautiful experience in your life. So that was for Capricorn. I will now move on to Aquarius. Sun in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the World in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, and let's see if we can get another card that is right side up for some clarity. So we got the Four of Swords and the Magician. The Hierophant, the Two of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Aquarius in reverse, Taurus in reverse, Air, and Leo. The 8 of Clubs, the 10 of Diamonds, the 9 of Spades, the Joker, the Jack of Spades, and the Queen of Diamonds. And so starting with the Sun in reverse, there is this death of the ego that is taking place, but there is also something about this that is about not losing this sense of fun and joy and expression as you're going through these more difficult parts of your journey. There's something about this Sun energy that is part of your journey about expressing from the heart space of this love and this joy and this fun. And with the Ace of Wands, there's something about also incorporating this joy and this fun and expression that helps you navigate through these difficult new spaces in your life. With the Ace of Wands, there's something about this new change that is a bit challenging as it is disrupting things in your life. It is removing things that don't serve you. And so there's something about this joy and this love and this acceptance that is allowing for this powerful new beginning in your life. And as you allow for this new beginning in your life to come forward, this opens up so many opportunities to you, but there's something about staying stuck in the past that blocks you from opportunities, that closes these opportunities off to you. And there's also something to say, these are a lot of reversed energies of this resistance. And there's something to say about this King of Cups that is about your true divine calling and this true divine connection to actually what nurtures and serves you and fulfills you and your highest, greatest good to the fullest. And there's something about blocking that, about being so focused in on this path and on these old things that are falling apart in your life, because there's something about this acceptance and this willingness and this joy that actually fulfills and nurtures you and actually is aligned with your spiritual path. Which leads you to that home base. And so again, these are a lot of reverse cards. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but there's something about doing this work and accepting these changes that brings you to this beautiful home space in your life of what you are going to connect to that is truly resonating and that is truly aligned with who you are in the most authentic and divine way. This is about you stepping in to the best version of who you are. And there's something about Aquarius energy overall that is this innovation, that is this new space. And so there's something about going into your best life and accepting these changes that are taking place in your life. And with the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Wands is always a gateway of completion to a new beginning. And so there's something about this abundance, this fullness of this Ten of Wands, but there is this resistance to it, again, sort of dealing with this resistance to change and sort of this focus on what is falling apart in your life. And so there is something to say about this full moon being this 11-11 gateway of, are you going to go through the gateway or are you going to resist it? And again, with the Four of Cups, this is asking you to take the offering, because there's something about ignoring or not wanting or not allowing for this to take place in your life. But this is for energy, this is home base, about what is destined, about what is the true divine connection and what is truly aligned with who you are. And so you are being called to accept this offering in your life. And with the Five of Swords, there's something about accepting guidance and assistance in your life as well. And so there's something about you don't know all the answers and what is going to happen. And so there's something about this guidance and this assistance, which for a lot of you is your guides and your angels and spirit. But for some of you, there are people close to you that are here to assist you and help you. And so there's something about this Five of Swords energy that is about learning and being open to new experiences and accepting the guidance and the help and the assistance to move forward in your life. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this, again, this is your divine calling. This is what is nurturing. This is abundant. This is truly aligned with who you are. And so there's something about needing to remove this resistance. And this goes along perfectly with this next card about this faded magical space in your life, there's something about the Ten of Cups that is this beautiful completion and fulfillment in this magical space of everything falling into place. This alignment. And so are you open to what will really be aligned and what is really destined for you, what is truly abundant, what is truly magical, what is this completion, this beautiful completion? This is a very powerful card when we talk about completion and fulfillment of this magical doorway that is waiting for you. And we saw the 10 of Wands. There's something to say about this 10 energy, about completion and fulfillment, to move you into this new space that is truly aligned for you. In the Four of Swords, again, about knowing that you have this guidance, this support. That is there for you. There's something about your angels and your guides being there to help to guide you and navigate you through this. But there's something about needing to accept that assistance and to be open to it. And to not be guarded. Because there's something about your spirit team that is protecting you already and is guiding you and helping you navigate through this. And so there's something about removing the guards to allow yourself to move forward to this better life, to go through the gateway. Which is about you stepping into your true, magical, beautiful life. And there's something about the magician where it's like the magician already has the tools, it already has this divine connection through this divine rod. Connecting to source. And so are you allowing yourself to connect to, again, your guides, your angels, spirit, who is there to guide and assist you, and that you have all the tools that you need to go into this beautiful life and to be in your true power and to do what truly serves you and fulfills you completely. And to not only that, but to share it with the world. And there's something about Aquarius that is about sharing and friendship. So this is about you really stepping into who you are. And removing the blocks, removing the resistance. And just allowing for this manifestation to take place. And again, with the Hierophant, it's like, do you believe in your divine calling? Are you willing to be faithful and to believe in what is truly aligned with you? Are you okay with Spirit giving you the tools and the keys and the way and the path to go to where you need to go in your life, and knowing and trusting and believing that that is the path, because you know intuitively, you already know what is the truth and where your values truly lie. And with the Two of Wands, you don't need to navigate. You don't need to search. It is inside of you. There is something about, again, this divine connection and already having the tools and already knowing intuitively where you need to go in your life. And so you don't need to investigate. You don't need to try to navigate and try to come up with the path. The path is something that you already know. And what you should be investigating is these deeper, unresolved, unfulfilled things deep within you in order to move forward in this space. And so there is something about Scorpio season that is transformation, about going internally into these deeper spaces and addressing these unresolved parts of who you are so that you can rise as the phoenix. And this goes perfectly along with that, as in rising into your power. And there is something about that, even going back to the magician, about you just knowing that you have the tools and the divine guidance and knowing who you are and showing that power. Standing in your dignity, knowing who you are, being authentically you. Because that is you. There is something about Aquarius that is authentic, that is unique, that is who you are. And with the Queen of Swords, there is something about speaking your truth and speaking in a way that is nurturing and caring, and that is divinely connected to who you truly are. And what are the connections that serve you? What are the people that you are connecting to? What are you willing to connect to? And again, going back to your spirit guides and your spirit team that is here to help you, to guide you, there's something about that, allowing that assistance to guide you and navigate you. And with the Eight of Clubs, there is something about needing to, again, go internally and to go through this transformation. And as we had mentioned before, there's something about letting your guards down and allowing your spirit team to step in and guide you and navigate you through this. Because there's something about this that is about transforming and rising as the phoenix. There's something about this energy that is activating you to your highest, greatest good. And we see the completion again of the Ten of Diamonds, of are you willing to go through the gateway? Are you willing to allow this completion, this beautiful completion of what your life is going to look like? Again, with the Ten of Cups, this is beautiful, this is fulfilling, this is a magical completion for you, but are you willing to accept it? And there's something about this Taurus full moon that is a completion, that is an ending to what no longer serves you, and is opening this gateway, this doorway to where you are now headed into what is beautiful. And there's something about Taurus that is manifestation. So are you willing to accept this beautiful manifestation that is waiting for you? And the Nine of Spades, again, about this ending. Are you willing to allow these old belief systems, these old thoughts, these old hesitations, or these old blockages, these old things that are causing resistance? There was so much of these reverse cards of not taking on that beautiful Ten of Cups moment of full fulfillment. And there's something about that is about completion first, as the 10 is the completion, but then 10 comes down to 1, which is that new beginning on the other side. So there's something about allowing this death of the old to step into what is new and what is truly connected to who you are. And that takes us to the Joker, where there is something about this infinite possibility for you and this acceptance of that. And not necessarily knowing, but there is this intuition of knowing, once again, of these infinite and beautiful possibilities that are here for you to help you expand and grow in your life fully and completely. And again, something about this Magician of stepping into who you are and knowing that you have the divine tools to make that happen. And with the Jack of Spades, there's something again about this truth, about being in your truth and your authenticity and who you are. And it's so connected to Aquarius, about being your unique self. And the Queen of Diamonds, about what is loving and compassionate, about what is nurturing and fulfilling to you. And so again, with that Ten of Cups moment, there is this beautiful fulfillment and manifestation at the end of this. But are you going to accept that? Are you going to remove what no longer serves you and allow these things that do serve you to fill in the spaces? Because there is something about this where the things being removed are being replaced with something that is better for you. And with Aquarius reverse, this is your sign. This is about you, once again, stepping into your truth, stepping into who you are, being uniquely yourself. But it's also about this innovation, about stepping into this new space that is divinely for you and allowing these other things to fall and diminish around you. Because once again, there's something about these old things that no longer serve you being filled in with something new that does serve you. And again, with Taurus in reverse, there is this resistance to what is nurturing, what is fulfilling, to this manifestation, to what is of value, to what serves you. And so there is something, once again, about letting your guard down and allowing your spirit team to guide you and navigate you through this to this beautiful abundance that is waiting for you. And air, again, something about stepping into your truth and being who you are. This divine connection and this divine communication, again, something about your guides are there to help navigate you, but this acceptance and this willingness and this freedom to step into who you are. And that takes us to Leo, which is about once again being who you truly are, and about this first card that we started with, which was the Sun card, about expressing yourself from the heart space of what is true and what is authentic, and of this love and this joy. So that was for Aquarius. Next is Pisces. The Nine of Swords, Judgment, Five of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Four of Swords. So now we're going to go to the Rider Tarot deck. King of Pentacles, the Tower, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and Death. Mercury in reverse, Libra, Earth, and Uranus. 2 of diamonds, 3 of clubs, 9 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 6 of clubs, 8 of spades, and the 3 of spades. And so for you, Pisces, it is time to leave behind, and I see you leaving behind an old truth or an old way of thinking or being, and it's inviting this new quest that is more aligned with the actual truth of who you are. And so there is this quest that you are on, that you are going down, that is about the ending of an old cycle. And it is about making a judgment call in yourself about whether or not you are willing to go for what your true divine calling is. And so there is a judgment call that needs to be made in this process, in this journey that you are on. And once again, it is about leaving behind the past. And there's something about the 5 of Cups about wanting to stay in something that is not fulfilling, that is not nurturing, when there is something that is being offered to you that is truly nurturing and fulfilling to who you are. And so there is this removal of an old relationship or an old connection, and it is about stepping into this new opportunity that is truly nurturing, that is truly providing for you. And with this new opportunity, there is something about the Hanged Man that is about fulfillment, that is about, are you willing to commit? Are you willing to go all the way? To really tie yourself down to this better life, to what really serves you? Or is this just a temporary thing where we're just going to go back to old cycles? And so there is something about needing to commit to what is truly connected and truly divine, to what your path and your calling is and where you are headed. And there is something about 2020 that is about destiny and fate and what you are connected to. And so are you willing to commit to this better life that you are on the path? 9 of Swords, you're on this journey. Are you going to commit to that journey? And with the 4 of Swords, this is knowing that you are being guided and led in the right direction. there's something about the Four of Swords that is this support system, that is this divine communication of what is truly aligned and what is connected and what is supporting and what is guiding and what is protecting. And this is so much about this home space and about your guides and about this divine connection to spirit. And so are you willing to protect and to have the integrity to be in this home space? There's something also about this Four of Swords that is about not feeding into distractions or other things around you, but protecting and defending your sacred and divine path. And with the King of Pentacles, it is again about what nurtures and fulfills you in this abundance in your life. And there's something about taking the risk to go down this spiritual path and going towards what truly serves you, that brings in this beautiful abundance into your life. And this is so connected with this Taurus full moon of manifestation and completion of this gateway, and whether you are willing to go through this gateway or not. But also with the Tower, it is about losing these things that no longer serve you. And there is something scary about this Tower moment, about things falling apart and not going the way that you planned, and about these things being removed from your life. But there's also something about the Tower that is about this new beginning, of allowing these old things to complete and finish and end in your life, so that you can start fresh and build this new foundation, which is very much connected to 2020, of this number 4 year of what is your home and what is destined and fated and what is secure and what it truly serves you. And are you going to connect to that? But there's also something about not wanting to cut and sever these old things into your life that actually give you this new fresh start, this new beginning. And so this is where the resistance is, of this question of, are you going to accept the divine truth of where you are headed and allow these old things to be removed from your space, these old truths that are no longer truth, because they don't serve you and they are not aligned with who you are. And so this is a divine moment of this new beginning, of this fresh start, of, are you willing to accept and allow and move into that space? And there's a freedom to this, that is the freedom to live and be in your truth. And yes, it is about transformation. It is about, again, this Tower moment of allowing this destruction of what no longer serves you, this death of the old. And something about this Scorpio season, about this death and this transformation, of going internally and going, again, this path that you've chosen, going internally and evaluating. Something about this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, about evaluating and uncovering what is truth and what needs to be resolved and readjusted in your life, and where are you headed, what is the decision about what your life is going to look like. And so this powerful transformation comes with this journey that you have chosen to walk down. And again, with the Two of Diamonds, there's something about the two that is separation, that is the cutting and slicing and removing. And so there is something about needing to remove what no longer serves you and allowing for this cut to take place into your life, to slice out and remove these things that don't serve you. And allowing for these new opportunities. This is a number 3 year where we've dealt with these new opportunities, with these positive moments of these miracles and of this alignment. There's something about 3 that is taking on new opportunity and experiences and being open to that. And so with this 3 of Clubs, it is calling for you to take action and to initiate and being more open and being allowing for this new opportunity, this new experience to take place, of this abundance, of this growth, of this renewal of self. But again, with the 9 of Clubs, there's something about this ending that needs to take place and allowing for this ending to take place. And so are you willing to actually allow yourself to let go of these things that no longer serve you, even though that leaves a void or an emptiness or this feeling of loss? But there's something about, as you move further and further into your truth, this abundance comes in to replace all of that. And there is something about this 3 of Clubs that is abundance. But again, there's something about needing to go through these changes, and 5 is about this change. And there's something about that are you willing to actually take on these changes in your life and to go down this road of transformation? And there's something about communication and this connection to what is divine and what is nurturing and what is fulfilling in your life. And with the 6 of Clubs, again, there's something about needing to take action. And there's something about, with the 6, this peace, this harmony of stepping into what is beautiful and what is of the utmost value in your life. And with the 8 of Spades, this transformation that starts in the mind of changing the thought patterns and changing. And there's something about how we started with this 9 of Swords, dealing again with this spiritual journey of letting go and severing. And there's something about the sword that is about thoughts and about these perspectives and about the way that you see your life. And so there's something about you going down this spiritual path, if you have not already, that is about this powerful transformation that starts in the mind, about changing the thoughts and the perspectives and the perception. And again, we see the 3 of opportunities, of alignment, of balance, of these new experiences coming in. And there is something about the Spades that is cutting or severing, once again, like the sword, and about these thoughts and these changes in perspective. And so it is asking for these old parts of yourself to die off so that you can accept these opportunities that you have decided that you want to experience, that you want to take on. There is this desire to experience these new things in your life, but that comes with this willingness to change and take action and to move into that space. And with Mercury in reverse, again, are you willing to change your thought patterns and your perspectives and your perception? There's something about Mercury being in retrograde in the underworld in Scorpio that is about going over and reviewing and readjusting things and actually seeing, does this benefit me or does it not? And what is the choice? What is the decision? Where are we headed? And so these contracts that need to be renewed and looked over of, are you willing for that change? Are you willing to adapt? There's something about Mercury that is adaptable, about the messenger that is able to move from person to person and stay neutral while sharing these messages. And there's something about that as, are you willing to be adaptable to these changes and stepping into that? And Libra, again, we see this thing about peace and balance and harmony. And are you open to your new life, which will bring this new balance and peace and harmony in this new way to relate? There's something about connection also with Mercury here, about this divine connection and this spiritual connection and this connection of what is actually emotionally aligned and what is on a soul level with you. And so are your connections truly aligned with your soul? And there's also something about this need for practical action in your life, about, are you going to physically take charge in your life and make these changes happen for yourself? There's something about Earth that is also about being your most beautiful, authentic self and living in this true security that Spirit has for you. There's something about needing to address the difference between what is security and what is comfort, because a lot of times we see security and comfort as the same, but there's something about comfort that is actually blocking us from moving forward into our better lives. And so there's something about stepping into this new and better security for yourself. And that takes us to Uranus again, where it is like there is this tower moment of breaking down what is old so that it can take you to what is new, to what is aligned with who you are. There's something about Uranus that is, it's about living in your truth and being uniquely who you are, but it's something about innovation and about this newness and stepping into this new space that is different or that is not aligned with these older, more traditional values that are in you. And so there's something about changing the belief system to step into this new space of what actually aligns you in your new and better life. So that was for Pisces. Last but not least, we are going to move to Aries. Two of Pentacles. Four of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Emperor. The Seven of Wands, the Hanged Man in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, the Four of Cups, and the Hierophant. Water in reverse, Uranus, Earth, Sagittarius in reverse, and Aquarius. King of Hearts, the Five of Hearts, the Jack of Diamonds, and the Nine of Hearts. So, Aries, starting off with the Two of Pentacles. There's a need for balance, and there is something about your home planet being in its detriment in Libra with this back and forth on decisions. Mars is at detriment in Libra because Mars is the passion and the drive. And Libra is about peace and harmony, and there's something about the warrior having to go back and forth and see what is fair and just. And so there is a need to find balance, and there is a need to pick a solid decision and choice about where you are headed. And to know that you have this guidance, that you have this support, as there is something about your guides and your angels and your spirit team being there, guiding and supporting you through this. But there is something also about this that is celebration, celebration of your better life and where you are headed. And there's something about that that is connected to the full moon in Taurus, of this beautiful manifestation and this gateway to your most beautiful life. And so are you willing to make a solid decision to go for this beautiful life, to trust in your guidance? Because there is something about this with the Emperor that is your card of being who you are. There's something about Aries that is the self, of the leader, of being in your own dignity and your own power of who you are. And so it is time for you to be that leader and to take charge in your life and to show up in your own power and dignity and in the truth of who you are. There's also something with Aries that is ego, that is about removing the mask and showing up as who you are. And with the Seven of Wands, there's something about you fighting yourself, fighting against yourself. There's this confusion, there is this struggle with self. And so there is something about you needing to again navigate through this and to trust in your guidance and to make that solid decision, because there's something about going back and forth or trying to find the right decision without really following that internal compass that is creating this battle or this struggle with self and with who you are, because there's something about Aries that just takes charge and jumps into the action. There is an instinct and a knowing in that, and a knowing of who you are. And there's something about distinguishing the difference between the self and the ego, and knowing and trusting in who you are. And this goes along with it with the Hangman in reverse. There's something about the Hangman that is about commitment, that is about tying yourself down to something and fully committing, going all the way. And with this Mars in Libra, are you still on the fence, or are you going to commit completely and go all the way for this? And there's something about this full moon in Taurus that is a gateway, it is a portal to a better life. Taurus is the manifester. There's something beautiful and valuable about this. Are you going to step into that? And there's also something to be said about not sharing too much of yourself to others. With this Two of Cups in reverse, there is something about trying to negotiate or trying to please others and giving too much of yourself, but there's something about it all starting within you, about love being this mirror of, do you love and are you worthy and are you valuable within yourself first, that shines that reflection back, that attracts the love to you in return. And so there is something to say about not giving too much of yourself away and focusing on what is your mission. All of these distractions and all of these things happening around you are deterring you from your journey, from your mission, from where you are headed in your life. And so there's something about focusing on the self, and the self comes through strongly for you in this Aries, about you being in your own power and dignity and being who you are and loving yourself completely. And we see this divine moment of truth come in with the Ace of Swords, where there is something about Mercury being retrograde and Scorpio bringing up these truths to you of, are you on the right path in your life? Are you doing what is of the utmost, highest, greatest good in your life? And so that divinity and that connection is here for you, but are you willing to accept that truth and take up the sword to your better life? And with the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is asking for a completion and ending of what no longer serves you, so that you can step into this better life. And there is something about the Ten of Wands that is a doorway, a gateway, a portal to your better life. The 10 being of completion, but when you break it down, you go to 1, which is about this new beginning. And there's something about, are you completing what is no longer there to step into this new doorway, which is so connected to this full moon in Taurus? And with the Seven of Pentacles, again, there is something about this confusion, about this lack of action, about sitting back and trying to weigh what is fair and what is balanced and what is pleasing to others, but what is pleasing to you. What is your truth? Where are you headed? This is about you being in your dignity and your power and the truth of who you are. And so this is about building and manifesting what is truly aligned with who you are, because there's something about going for what is aligned with who you are that naturally attracts all of these other things into place. And those who are not aligned with you will fall away, and it will make space for new people who are truly aligned with who you are. And there is something about this Knight of Swords that is not like the Knight of Wands, about just taking charge to manifest, but there is something about quickly moving in and taking charge, taking action, this quick reality, this truth about what needs to be done. And there is something about needing to charge towards what you are divinely connected to and what is your real truth and authenticity and who you are, and not these false people around you trying to distract you from your mission. And with the Emperor in reverse, again, this is about you stepping into your dignity, into your power, and you being the Emperor. There's something about the Emperor that is Aries, that is the leader, the one in power and charge, but there's something about taking charge and initiating the action in your life to manifest what it is that you want. At this point, wishing and hoping isn't making anything happen in this Scorpio season that is raw and deep and intense, about taking charge and taking action and taking the initiative. That Scorpio stinger is this knowing and this choice and this decision to go for what you want. And there's something intuitively and instinctively there that is already knowing and not doing this Libra dance of deciding what is fair and just, but you already know it is already in you. And there's something with this connection between these two cards about this acceptance of what is divinely connected to you. With the Four of Cups, there is something about avoiding or not wanting to take part in or not accepting this offer, this divine offer that is being given to you. And there's something about that if you do accept this offering from Spirit, this moves you into your better life. And there's something about the Hierophant that is about this faith, this belief in what is of the utmost value to you. What do you believe in? What is truly aligned and what is serving you? And with the King of Hearts, again, there's something about standing in your dignity and your power and your truth. And there's something about the heart being about this relationship and this connection to what is of the utmost value to you and what this divine, emotional, spiritual connection is about. And trusting in that intuition, there is something about this heart that is of the element of water, that is about intuition and this internal knowing. And with the Five of Hearts, this is an opening. This is about vulnerability, about opening up to the experience of these changes. 5 is the change. And there's something about these changes in your life that is moving you to what is your truth and to what is aligned with your soul and who you truly are. And with the Jack of Diamonds, there is something again about building your beautiful life out of just knowing and initiating and going for it, about this physical action that is the diamonds of this practicality and physical action. And with the 9 of Hearts, it is a completion of what no longer serves you. These old connections, 9 is the end, the completion of these old attachments, these old connections that no longer serve you. And with water in reverse, there is something about, again, removing these old connections or attachments that no longer serve you. And there is something about wanting to connect, but there is something about needing to connect to yourself and what your truth is first. And then all of these other things fall into alignment in your life. There's something about this intuition and this internal knowing, this intuition that is water, of what nurtures you, what fulfills you. And these changes of what is new, what is fresh, what is your highest, greatest good, with Uranus taking you through these new phases in your life. And there is something about Uranus that is unexpected, that is surprising, that you don't have all the answers, but it takes you to this higher space in your life. And with Earth here, it is about stepping into this new security, into this new stability in your life that is not attached to these old values and these old belief systems and these old things that feel secure and these old things that you are attached to that don't actually serve you. And these old behaviors, there's something about Earth that is practical, about action, and there is something about that where you need to remove these old behaviors and cycles and patterns that don't serve your highest, greatest good. And there's something about people around you who are distracting you from your path. And with Sagittarius in reverse, it is a block to these divine moments, to these opportunities. There's something about Sagittarius that is faithful and optimistic and open to new experiences, that lifts us up to a higher space, that helps us grow and expand in our lives. And so are you willing to go through these experiences? Are you willing to grow and expand in your life fully and completely and take on these new opportunities and experiences with this Uranus that is about this new space in your life that may be surprising and unexpected, that you can't necessarily see what it is going to look like in the end, but it is there for you to evolve and to grow and to become your highest, greatest self. And with Aquarius, this is the rebel. This is about being your true, authentic, unique self. And again, there is something about that Aries that is about you stepping into your truth and into your dignity and your power as yourself. And there is something about the ego that falls away with Aquarius, and this connection to this divinity and to who you are, and something about being who you are regardless of how other people think about it. So that was all 12 zodiac signs for the Taurus full moon Taroscope. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you are new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe, as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. And feel free to leave your Mercury retrograde experiences down below in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.